Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are reviewing the new Marc Jacobs Shameless Youthful Look 24-Hour Foundation. So this is a new foundation released by Marc Jacobs. I am super excited to try this, but I do want to note right away that I picked this up in a darker shade than I usually get because I'm assuming this is going to be more of like a summertime foundation, considering the description, which I will read in a second. But I went with shade Light Y270, so it's probably a couple shades darker than my normal. I did a little self-tanning so I can match it because I wanted to grab this in a darker shade so I can wear it in the summertime if it ends up being good. So that's the tea on that. Let's get started and jump right into the claims. I'm going to read from Sephora's website because that's where I got it. It says it's a medium coverage, good for all skin types. It says an innovative medium buildable foundation with a 24-hour wear and first to market flashback free SPF 25 for a youthful look. I don't know if they're the first to market an undetectable SPF, but maybe an SPF 25, I don't know. We'll see about those claims. We'll do some flashback tests. This foundation retails for $46, and there's a pretty decent shade range. There's 29 shades, so we got some good color selection going on. So yeah, let's just jump in. Again, I have normal to dry skin. It's a little bit more dry today because I put the tanning stuff on my face, and that kind of dries my skin out a bit. But I did moisturize with my what is it called? The Origins Overnight Intensive Mask, so that always helps out with any dry patches. So I'm gonna jump in. Let's do one side with a brush and the other side with a beauty blender. This packaging, love, by the way. This is so like travel friendly. It's like a squeezable plastic tube. So I do like the packaging. So that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna apply it first and then I will zoom you guys in for a close-up. I just lowered the brightness a little bit on my camera because it looks like it was getting a little bit overexposed. It does have a little bit of that SPF scent in it. Just so you guys know, I really hate that scent. If you watch my channel, I've mentioned it before. I hate the smell of SPF. It just bothers me for some reason. But this one's not that bad. It doesn't smell too overpowering. I feel like it was going to be like a really dewy type of finish, but it actually, as I'm blending it out, it's drying down more matte, and I'm losing that like really dewy look, but I like it. It's like a really natural looking finish. It's giving me like Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk vibes as far as like the coverage goes. It's a little bit more matte kind of looking than that, but it looks really good and it's pretty much undetectable on my skin right now. I'm going to show you guys a side by side. This is without foundation and this is with the foundation. It's definitely a light medium coverage. It's probably a little bit buildable. I'm just gonna take a little bit and kind of press it into where I get the most redness just to see if we can get a little bit extra coverage. Yeah, so it looks like it's actually building up like just enough to give me a little bit extra coverage. I really like this finish. So my skin looks super like perfected and like evened out like perfectly actually. It's like that perfect amount of coverage, especially for like summertime when you don't want it to be like too heavy and you don't want like a really super light coverage like a BB cream. This looks great. So look at that. Like it just like evened out my complexion and it looks super natural. I'm really feeling this so far. I know I just applied it, so we're gonna see how it wears throughout the day, but I'm really liking this. Before I do the other side, I just want to show you up close comparison. Pores look great. It's not like building up in any areas. Forehead looks great. That's where I get like the most dry, not clinging to any dryness. It looks really good. And right now it doesn't even feel like I need to set it. It feels like totally set. So far so good. So this is the other side up close. So you get some comparisons. It definitely evened out like all the splotchiness I have on my cheeks. I'm using my Delium Tools, what is this called? The 968 BDHD Phase 3 brush. So I'm definitely noticing like right away, I definitely like the way this applies better with a beauty blender. I feel like you just get a nicer blend with it. It's just a little bit like, I don't know, it kind of bunches up a little bit when I try and blend it out with the brush. But the finish and blend with the beauty blender or sponge is definitely really good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my beauty blender instead. Okay, so foundation is applied. My initial thoughts, it's a medium, breathable medium coverage foundation with a matte finish. I am really liking it so far. I'm hoping this holds up well because if so, I see this being like a really great summertime foundation, just like I thought it would be. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my makeup. It is 10:28, so I'll be back after I do that for my first check-in, and then later on today for the last one, so I'll be right back. I just finished off my makeup, and everything applied really good for the most part, but I do have like one little con. My concealer, today I used the Urban Decay All-Nighter Concealer, and it doesn't react well. This foundation does not react well with this concealer for some reason. It's okay under my eyes, but on my chin where I like highlighted a little bit with the concealer, it started to break up when I was blending it out with the Beauty Blender, like it was picking up the foundation. So I'm like, ooh, what the heck is that all about? You probably can't really tell on camera right now because I did try and fix it a little bit so it doesn't look bad like on camera, but as I was doing it, I was like, oh, what the heck? So that kind of bummed me out, but it could just be that this foundation doesn't react well with this specific concealer. Like I used the Wet n Wild Cushion Contour, and that is a liquid product, and it blended out really nice over the foundation. So maybe it's just the concealer, but I would be careful with what concealers you put on top of this foundation. Other than that, everything else looks really good. I will say the foundation does feel like a tad bit more dry on my face than it did like when I first applied it after having been on my face for a little while now. But it doesn't look dry. It still looks really nice and natural. I'm just like feeling a little bit dry around my chin. But that's pretty much it for now. So I'm just going to go ahead and wear the foundation throughout the rest of the day, and we're going to see how it holds up. I'm going to take a few pictures, and then I'll be back at the end of the day to let you guys know how it held up. Okay guys, so it is about 3:54, so just about 4 o'clock. So the foundation's been on for quite a good while now, so it is time for our last check-in, and honestly, it is holding up extremely, extremely well. As you guys can see, pretty much nothing has changed. My eyelash is like starting to lift right there, so let's just like disregard that. My eye was like really watery today for some reason, so it's like not wanting to stick. But other than that, the foundation itself looks really, really good. I'm seeing like the tiniest bit of oil just like on the tip of my nose, not even on the sides of my nose. Like that looks completely fine. No breaking up, no building up. It's just like right on the tip of my nose for some reason. Maybe I have like, I don't know, something going on there, but everything else is all intact. There's no fading anywhere. It looks really good. My skin still feels matte, like I'm not getting oily at all. It's wearing really nice. Not really settling into any lines. I took pictures in all different types of lighting. I took pictures with flash underneath my good lighting. I took pictures with flash and without flash in front of window lighting. And then I took pictures with and without flash in just like very dull, dark lighting. And everything looked great in the pictures with nice lighting, but when it came to like dark, dull lighting with the flash on, I did personally see some flashback. It wasn't the worst, honestly, but it wasn't the best. So I wouldn't 100% recommend this foundation for flash photography, even though it does claim to be completely and utterly like flashback proof. I did see some in very dull, dark lighting. So I just want to make note of that. But under any other photography situation, it did look very, very good on camera. So overall, I would 100% wear this foundation again and recommend it. I think it's going to be a really, really good option of mine in the summer. It's looking to me like one of those perfect summertime foundations because it's not too heavy. It's very skin-like, but it keeps you matte throughout the day. So I'm definitely going to dig this and feel it in the summertime. I know for sure, especially with the SPF when I'm outside. I love that. So all in all, this is a great option. I think it is pretty suitable for all skin types. If you have like extremely dry skin, it might not be your favorite if you're used to like a more dewy, hydrating foundation. But other than that, I'm pretty sure all skin types would enjoy this foundation and could wear it pretty well. So if I left anything out, please feel free to ask in the comments down below and I will answer you guys. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some good information, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.